Are we recording? Surely not, are we?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Not yet.
I don't know what he's waiting on.
I don't know. Dude, hit the button.
Started already.
You're hanging
We're
with
recording.
Whiskey Bros around the table.
Okay. You got us this time, Chancey.
Welcome to the very first Whiskey Bros Halloween special episode.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Kind of scary in the studio right now.
Yeah, a little bit. Lights are dim, and
Heath looks scarier than normal.
all I can see is a little bit of his bald head shining.
We're all in our costumes.
Yeah, totally. What are you dressed as?
A doctor.
That's cute.
Yeah.
But hey, happy Halloween from the Whiskey Bros.
Yeah.
It's,
Number like 22, 3?
one of my
21,
no.
23?
We're approaching 30.
Dude,
man.
are we?
I think,
Wow.
Yeah, we're on that downward slope of 20s. Remember being back in your 20s? Remember those days?
Barely.
Oh, man.
God, those were the
Barely.
good old days. Wait, Elijah's just ignoring the question.
He's just
Yeah, I
over there
know.
because
He has not
he's
yet
there.
approached.
He's over texting. While
How old are you?
We've gone over this.
Yeah, but
before.
tell us
Yeah,
again.
but we're old.
Why?
Remind us
We
again.
keep forgetting the Alzheimer's.
I'm 47.
No, you're not.
So whenever we have, like, when our number of podcasts surpasses our age, there has to be something special with that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's like we will have done
What are we
something.
on right now?
I don't know. This is 27 or so, I think. Maybe.
Is it really?
Perhaps. We'll find
I am
out after we
27.
edit it
Something
down.
like that, yeah.
But we've got a good one lined up for you tonight. Some personal spooky stories, personal instances of things that have happened to us in our life.
I hope y'all have some good ones.
Few of the topics, favorite slasher movies, biggest phobias, stories about spooky personal experiences, and what you wish your wife would dress up as for the next Halloween party.
Jeez, who put that one on the list?
Yeah, that fits.
Who did that one? Is that Baby Bro?
Where should we
Actually, was
start?
not me this time.
Where should we start?
I know. Whoa.
Oh, cheers.
You know, we always have to have a subject that pushes us like to the line, you know, to the cancel line.
Do we
What?
What?
do you have a shout out that you want to do?
Yeah, we do. We do have
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Let me pull this up.
I'll let you do that. Put on your professional voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The radio
Do that.
voice.
I don't have one of those. It's my
Live from
soulmate.
Savage
Yeah.
Bro.
So we'd like to give a shout out to a little Old Smoky Tennessee whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little encounter with Adam Martin this weekend, or I guess Friday, yeah. And we went to the grand opening of the Liquor Box,
In Graham, Texas.
yeah, which is the second store. It's I guess would that be the mother store?
Yeah, the mother store would be Ader here in our
Liquor in
locale.
Decatur.
Where in
Yeah.
the world did they get that name?
I don't
It's
know.
Will, you know, so
Liquor
Yeah.
box, man.
It's classy.
yeah,
They got
Not
two-
to confuse with liquor box.
yeah, liquor.
Triple X.
Liquor box.
Yeah, not liquor.
Liquor box.
There's no space. It's
Liquor
just
box.
all one liquor box,
I mean,
we're
I've always questioned Ader liquor too.
like
I
liquor
just-
store.
Right. So we're there, and Old Smoky, as soon as you walk in the door, has a little booth set up and
Yeah.
a table full of tasters. And of course, all right, Doc, what do you think when you hear Old Smoky?
Oh, I think of a bear.
No. You've undoubtedly had their products.
No.
Oh
what,
yeah,
What do you think
I've
about
actually
Old
been
Smoky?
to their storefront.
Right. So what do you think
Like
drink wise?
Missouri, pecan pie.
Right. Flavored whiskeys.
Moonshine.
Yeah,
there
flavored
you go.
moonshine.
Moonshines,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
Apple
I think we
pie,
had some
moonshine.
pineapple
I've had
soaked, like
Good times on apple pie moonshine.
Yeah,
So
apple pie.
We're telling this guy this, and like, okay, I buy a lot of your stuff for gifts on the holidays.
Oh,
but personally,
High West Double Rye. I can't read that; it's so dark in here.
Personally, we don't really. Yes, this is High West Double Rye, right in the middle of our segment for Old Smoky.
Yeah, you got it.
Good job, Doc.
Love this stuff.
And I said, we're buying a lot of your stuff for the holidays for gifts, but we're whiskey snobs, so we don't ever buy any of this stuff for ourselves because it's all flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to tell us a story about, no, Old Smoky has more than that. And he busted out a Tennessee whiskey.
I wish we had that bottle. That'd be great to have right now.
Did you not bring it up here?
Hell no.
Are you kidding
Oh
me?
my gosh.
It's down in the shack.
Oh, man. Do you not have the name?
I don't think we took a picture. All we did is have his card.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I've got a picture of
Really
Of
doing
the
us.
actual bottle?
But
Yeah,
it's
you took the
so-
picture of the bottle. I took the picture of the card.
Really doing us proud, Savage.
They actually make their own distillate. They make their own juice. They're not
Yes.
sourcing it and then flavoring it with a bunch of crap.
Which is awesome.
And he busted out this whiskey and he's like, well, here, try this. Here it is. It is James Ownby. It's a Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey and it comes in at 47%, 94 proof.
okay.
Oh,
So
not
we all
bad.
tasted
Okay.
it and we were all kind of blown away. It was
Yeah.
like green apples.
Big heavy on the apple side.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, but-
citrus. It would be a really good summertime sipper.
Yeah.
Not flavored.
Not a bourbon. It's a
It
whiskey.
is a Tennessee bourbon.
Yeah.
It's Tennessee bourbon. Okay.
Yep.
I did not know Old Smoky had
We didn't
anything
either.
besides.
No.
I guess they just figured out where they make their money from, and that's
what they go with. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
flavored moonshine.
Yep. But it was great.
They do very well
Which
for
you-
that.
Yeah, you go to the storefront. I think we went to one in Missouri,
Mhm.
and it was a lot of people, and they're just like doing taste testing
Yeah.
and throwing down big dollars. and-
They've got their market figured out.
For
Yeah.
sure. But
Yeah.
hopefully we're gonna contact them and dive a little bit deeper into it, and hopefully
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah.
maybe we can get something going with them.
All right. Well, moving on.
Yeah.
Thanks again to Old Smoky and Adam that we met over the weekend. That was a good,
Really cool
good
dude.
evening.
I mean, they haven't sponsored us yet, right?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Favorite slasher movies?
Oh. Well,
Mine,
we'll let
Friday,
Baby Ball go.
Friday the 13th. Easy. Jason Voorhees is just a badass, unstoppable killing machine. And
Is it his sister that always has to end him, or is that Michael Myers?
no, that's Michael Myers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jason Voorhees, how that started. Actually, the first Friday the 13th actually isn't Jason.
Okay.
It's his mom. So how Jason was like born to be this killing machine thing is because his mom was first the killing machine. So at Camp Crystal Lake,
Spoiler alert.
oh yeah, from 1980.
yeah.
That was my next question. Was that the first episode? 1980?
1980. That was the first movie, and basically Jason is this mentally disabled kid with it's called oh crap. He's got this head problem.
Asperger's?
Hypo.
Thermia.
No. Shit. I don't know. I don't.
It just says favorite slashers on it. It don't say explain the whole movie history.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah,
that's-
well, whatever. Anyway, basically, a bunch of the teens at the lake at the camp push him off the dock into
Yeah.
the water. They're bullying him and everything, and then he drowns.
You mean like hypomania or
No,
Hypo-
it's really I don't remember what it's called. It's something that basically inflates his head to be like massive. I don't remember what it's called, though, but
okay.
it's hypo something. But anyway, he drowns. The mom thinks her son's dead, so she gets revenge and freaking kills everybody and all these camp counselors and everything like that. Well, at the end, one of them decapitates the mom, cuts her head off, and then lo and behold, Jason didn't drown. Somehow he he's alive, and so in the second movie, he's trying to get revenge on the girl that
solid plot?
killed his mom. And because he was so mentally disabled and his mom is the only one he ever had, he has like a shrine to his mother. Like the love is so
playing
intense
on the
type of
Oedipal
thing, right?
theme,
Yeah.
right?
And so he just goes on a killing spree and a killing spree. And then just every sequel after every sequel is like, let's just make him even more intense, even more. Now he's a zombie and he comes back to life. He can never die. Now he's got super strength. And some of the sequels went crazy.
What gets me is like people keep going back to the same camp.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Lots of people died here. Oh, cool. Let's check it
Let's
out.
keep. Well, and
I
it's
know.
funny. I was looking into the lore and a lot of the plots of the movies, and it was like 2 years would pass. Now these people want to try and reopen the camp and remodel it and blah blah blah. Even though there's the curse of Jason
Wow.
Voorhees. Oh, it's just a legend. It's just a
See,
myth.
I just have a problem reality testing
Right.
movies like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't
Sorry if
reality
yeah.
test a franchise where Jason X happened, where
Yeah.
he goes
Yeah.
into the future and then he's in space and then he's like this metal robot Jason.
So that's what the was that a split off from the normal timeline or something?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, basically something like that. And
Well.
that one to this day, everybody claims is like the most ridiculous.
See, I'll tell you who my favorite main character from a slasher movie is he's a tire.
Rubber.
Jesus.
Can you consider that a slasher?
I mean, it's pretty slasher-ish.
I think so.
I mean, but he's not. He's not slashing. He's just exploding.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about Rubber?
No, I don't know enough about rubber.
That would be you, Chance.
It's about
Yeah.
it is about a sentient, telepathic, vengeful, murderous tire.
Tire.
You heard that right.
And they made a movie
tire.
about it.
If you have 2 hours of your life that you'd never want back, and you're okay with completely wasting it, watch the movie Rubber.
Yep, that's the one to watch.
My wife and a few friends can attest to that wonderful
Yeah.
time together.
Never going to get those 2
No,
hours
what,
back.
Yeah, what brought that to me was we had a nice little Halloween party last night, and Rubber ended up on the TV.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of telepathy, one of the Jason movies, how he comes back to life
Yeah.
is there's just this random blonde chick that they were like, let's just give her telepathy. And it's like this whole spin-off thing where when you're watching it at first, it's like a whole nother movie. And then somehow she has like this telepathic freak episode and it like zaps his grave and he comes back to life.
Well, what's your who wants to go next? Or the favorite
I don't care.
slasher?
You got something? You
Yeah,
ready to go, Doc?
I really don't. Phantom of the Opera.
That's not- what?
Well,
That's not a
I don't
slasher.
I
know.
thought that's a musical.
Yeah, it is
It
a
is.
musical.
Yep.
What's your favorite slasher, Savage?
Friday.
I don't know if it's necessarily a slasher, but the like the Saw movies.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I did see those.
Jigsaw.
Those, I really
Jigsaw.
like those movies, but
Those are sick.
I would say
Those
that
are
they
not-
fall
They were sick.
in that same type of categoric realm of slasher
And then
flicks. Yeah.
back in my day, Hellraiser.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, yeah. there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite.
You see,
movies.
they're revamping that. They're
Yeah,
rebooting
change-
it.
Yeah, there's a new one out on
Fire
Hulu.
Nation sucks.
Haven't watched it yet.
I haven't
Oh, I
either.
thought you said it sucked.
No, I have not. I don't know.
Oh.
It wasn't me you're talking to.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
last night.
Hellraiser's a woman in this one or something.
What?
Yeah, when I saw the trailer,
Of course, it
Hellraiser
is.
had tits.
Hellraiser's
So-
gone woke.
Y'all sexist fucks.
Yep.
Well, you can't say that because she might not identify as a
Oh
woman.
yeah, my bad. Man,
It
I'm
might
canceled.
not be.
I'm canceled.
But yeah, either one of those. I think. I think
Yeah, Hellraiser's good though.
scary wise, Hellraiser. You know,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that when I was a kid, that shit scared the crap
Man,
out of me.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe nobody is as loving on Freddy Krueger.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
Like, well,
he's
I'll
kind
give
of
him some
essential.
love
It's
with
your
Freddy
turn.
versus Jason.
Yeah, Nightmare
It's your
on Elm
turn,
Street.
sir.
Like it's
Yeah.
he is. You can't escape him.
He was a pedophile.
Yeah, even more reasons to be terrified of him.
Yeah, but so was Michael Jackson, and you were letting your kids dance to it while.
Oh my god!
So what's you can't say that.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Well, Thriller was on.
Thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow that's still an essential Halloween song.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You got the dance. You got the werewolf. The zombies.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, why didn't we ban Michael Jackson?
Exactly. Same reason why we didn't ban the piano guy a long time ago. What was his name? Jerry Lee
Piano
Lewis.
guy.
Yeah.
What about him?
He wasn't a pedophile. He just had sex with his cousin and married her at like 14.
Oh. Well, he just
That was
died, by
Jerry-
the way.
That was Lewis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Was it really? Oh
Yeah.
wow.
He just passed away, so you got your wish. He's been canceled.
Yeah, there you go. Finally. It only took this much.
So Freddy Krueger's your
Yeah,
favorite.
I gotta say
That's your
Nightmare on Elm
favorite?
because you can't not sleep.
right.
No.
Eventually,
You got
you have to
fall
succumb to
asleep,
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
When this
Yeah.
guy chases you in your nightmares,
Yeah.
that's quintessential horror right there.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's good storytelling.
Doc, you'll be interested in this. So Freddy Krueger, those movies were actually based off of a dream nightmare disease that
Oh, yeah?
was happening in Thailand. at the time, and it was mostly in young men in like their late 20s, early 30s.
Yep.
And to this day, from what I've read,
To this day.
they don't know
It's medical mystery.
what causes it.
Right.
But basically, like they would
Well,
just die in their sleep, and then like some of them, there was like something that would be happening to where they were like, I don't want to go to sleep, I can't go to sleep, I'm freaking out, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So they would try to stay awake days at a time,
Cocaine.
and then
it's pretty freaky, man.
they finally went to sleep. And there's one documented story where the mom and dad just heard screaming, like just dreadful screaming from their son's room, and they run over there, and then by the time they got there, he's just dead. Nothing.
Jeez. So does anybody in here or anybody close to y'all suffer from night terrors?
No.
Oh, yeah. My wife's
sometimes.
family.
The dog does not count.
It's like some people in her family deal with that, and
Really?
and I've witnessed it, so it's
My wife does.
Really?
It's sort of
I haven't
a
had
little
one
crazy.
since like 2013, and I had it, and it was a bizarre. I remember.
You remember the night terror?
Yes, I
Because
remember.
most people don't.
No, I remembered it. It was very vivid, and it was like maybe I should change my life after this because I was trapped in this like a very focused tunnel.
Yeah.
And it was blue and gray and black streaks and just howling wind. And in the background was just murderous, terrifying screams.
Yeah.
And that's all you can hear, howling wind and screams.
How much you been
And
drinking that night?
Nothing. No,
Maybe that's
and
the problem.
This was just, and I'm being slowly dragged through this tunnel of all these flashing colors and all these screams and wind. And I remember thinking like, this isn't real. I'm asleep, trying to wake up. And I remember finally waking up and because you're at some point you become conscious.
So are you saying not terror? Is that just another way to say nightmare?
No.
No.
Night terrors are sleep paralysis.
So your body's asleep, but your mind is very aware, but it's going through this like dream state. and
So how's that different from a nightmare?
Because a nightmare, you're completely unconscious. Your subconscious is still in effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
can't think, oh, I'm just in a dream.
Yeah.
But this is a dream you know you're in.
And you're
you
trying
can't
to wake up from.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
I did have one of those. Okay. So so the worst night terror I've ever had was an alien visiting my room. Y'all remember Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Back to the Future.
I know, right? I used to watch that with my family.
Oh, those were so good back in the day.
I know, but they always talked about aliens, and I
Yeah.
actually had a dream after Unsolved Mysteries, and it was the gray big-headed alien like peeking in my door and then walking towards me, and I was like, I couldn't get away, like I couldn't wake up, and then finally I woke up. But
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's like sheer
freaking
panic.
God.
So imagine you're sitting in your chair right now, completely paralyzed, but you're still looking at me and saying, like, trying to tell me, I'm fucked up right now, man. Something's happening, but you can't communicate. You can't move anything. Some people can.
Yeah.
So our friend Dusty had that happen to him one time. I guess he was really tired, passed out in a chair, and he was going through one and trying to wake up. And Janice said she looked over and he's just like smashing or like whacking the armrest. And she finally came over and shook him because he had whatever way he could move his arm.
Yeah.
She finally shook him awake. But my wife, I'm finally getting used to them. Has them, I don't know, probably once a quarter.
How many does she remember?
You know, like 12 hours, 24 hours later, they're completely gone. But, when you wake up in the morning, she remembers most of them. So the first one, it was our first trip to New Mexico in the mountains. And you sleep good up there. And I'm sawing logs.
Yeah.
And I remember like just being jolted awake. And I'm like, what the hell? You hear,
Oh my gosh, that's
you talk about hair raising. I'm like, what?
primal, dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is Sarah screaming. And I'm like, I just start shaking her. I'm like, babe. Oh, I was having a night terror. I'm like, yeah, now I'm scared shitless.
But expect me to sleep now.
Yeah, it took me a while to come back down from that. And she has them periodically, but now I'm just like, shake her like, babe, snap out of it.
So what are her dreams about? Like,
this particular one was a witch had found her and was like dragging her upstairs into a black void through a door.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
You guys must be living your life wrong or something. I've never had any of this crap you're talking about.
I have never had a night. Well, as far as I know of, like, I've never had a night terror, but I've had nightmares that like have woken me up. They're so intense.
Have you ever had a nightmare?
You never had anything like that?
I don't think I have.
Okay, do you dream, Savage?
I couldn't tell you the last time I did.
Really?
That's kind of sad.
Well, you do dream. You just don't.
I just don't remember it. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some people also just don't have as active of an imagination to dream frequently.
Yeah.
That's actually true, and Savage just might be
Damn.
one of those people. I'm just saying. I'm not,
I just call bullshit where I see it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Freddy Krueger shows up in his dream and he's like,
whatever.
you're just a figment of my imagination. Piss off.
So whenever you talk about being paralyzed, I haven't had a night terror where I'm like paralyzed and like whatever, but I've had something in real life happen to me that was the scariest shit that I've ever encountered.
Wait a minute. Are we switching subjects
think
now?
we
We're
are
going on
switching.
to
I think
Why
we
you
are.
got to mention that was a smooth
no, because we wasn't done. I'm not going to let you slide with the whole.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the opera, whatever the fuck.
Oh
you just
yeah, okay, yeah.
You got that can't be your favorite freaking scary movie.
Ghostface from Scream. You got
Just scary
Leatherface from
movie in
Texas
general.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, don't give him ideas. That's cheating.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, really, like my scariest movies aren't slashers. They're like
It's not.
They don't
that's
have to
not
be.
the
encounters
question.
of the third kind.
That's not the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Things
question
that are
is,
probable.
Who's your favorite slasher?
Who's my favorite?
That's the question.
Like,
Yeah.
Which we're going to come back to your answer you just said there because that kind of blew my mind a little bit there too. So go ahead.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saying encounters from the third kind is
Oh, yeah.
scary?
Oh yeah. Like when I was
Anybody
a
else at
kid.
this table, I would say, okay, I could see that, but not you.
Yeah.
the aliens have finally arrived.
Yeah.
Why did you sound somewhat like
Chucky.
Butthead when you said that?
The people. The aliens have finally
I thought
appeared.
Chucky was a little brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay.
right. See, there we
There you
go.
go. Yeah.
That is another
right.
childhood fear is like dolls. Did you ever
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
fear of any doll
dude.
that you had growing up?
After Chucky, yes.
I can hear Heath's response now, like,
Yeah.
I don't have no fucking dolls.
Right.
I had it.
I never had a fear necessarily, but my sister had a ton of porcelain dolls, and those.
Oh,
freaked me
no,
out, man.
absolutely.
Those freaked me
Nope.
out.
Dude, no
When I
joke.
was a kid.
I had, go ahead, Doc.
Oh, I was just gonna say I had my little buddy, and he sort of took on a different meaning after Chucky, and
Yeah.
and he finally ended up in a box in my closet.
Okay, perfect. So that's a childhood imagination thing.
Right,
You can
right,
you
right.
can translate that from movie into, oh shit, any kind of doll that I have might be possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But long before I saw Chucky, had a bear named Oscar, and he was this blue plaid bear, and he set my curtains above my bed headboard, and he like looked down, like he was angled out to where he just looked down upon me. And from my viewpoint, his expression was always grimacing, like a. And I just got to where I like totally feared this son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would get up and like when I got tall enough, I would pull him out, and my mom would say, "Yeah, we woke up one morning, came out the door, and there's Oscar sitting right in front of our door." I did not like Oscar, man. He terrified me.
yeah.
What was your little buddy's name?
My little buddy.
No.
I
You didn't even have
I
a name
didn't
for him?
actually give him a name. He was always my little buddy.
Nice.
It's funny because I had a little stuffed animal that was what was the dog? The pound puppies or
You didn't have a pound puppy. You're too old for those.
I don't know what a pound puppy is.
They didn't
I
have
don't
pound
even know what
puppies.
that is.
Pound puppies a cartoon nowadays, or something
Yeah.
like that.
it was like this dog. He never took on like
You didn't name your
it was
shit.
like
I did have a Teddy Ruxpin. Do you remember that?
yeah,
No.
oh yeah.
I had this fucking doll, and lightning struck the house one night. And I guess there was enough electromagnetic energy that it caused that tape deck and that Teddy Ruxpin doll to start playing.
Whoa.
So this thing's up in my closet in the storm going, I'm like, "Ah!"
This sounds like a B movie
gosh.
horror remake of Ted.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's pretty
Not
that's
as
pretty
funny as
freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So back to the stories. Continue, sir. I just I had to get that out of Doc.
So this was there was this just moment in my life when I was a teenager where I was home alone a lot. because my parents divorced and I was living with my mom.
Mhm.
So she was working all the time. She would work the night shift at Lowe's. And then after that, she would go and kind of do her own thing with her friends because she was kind of going on her off thing of just
Sabbatical.
yeah,
Yeah, get away from the kids.
yeah. But so it was every third night I was home alone at 3 a.m. Something would happen. This happened 3 like weekends in a row.
Okay.
And it was really weird. So the first night was like I didn't even think about anything of it, right? It was nothing. I was in the living room, and then something in the kitchen sounded like there was like this big bang, something fell, all right? And so I ran in there and there was nothing on the ground. I was like, well, okay, that was pretty fucking weird, but whatever. And then the second weekend, third night, 3 a.m., I was in my room, and my room was right next to the bathroom. This is a double wide, so the walls are very thin, so you can hear everything, even on the other side of the house, right? And it sounded like somebody was in the bathroom, like drunk, and their like shoulder was like rubbing up against the wall or something. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So I was thinking maybe my brother showed up or my cousin or something like that. I come in the bathroom, nobody's in there, and I was like checking all the other rooms. I was like, all right, this is weird. So I go back to bed, and then it starts sounding like everything that's on the bathroom counter starts falling off. Deodorant, toothbrush, whatever, starts just falling off and hitting the floor. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, somebody's got to be messing with me. One of my cousins, there's got to be a prank, right? Because I go into the bathroom, nothing's on the ground. I'm like,
What?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, now I'm starting to get a little on edge.
Yeah.
So I go back in my room.
You're completely conscious and alert. Like
yes,
you're not sleepwalking.
I'm not sleepwalking. I remember I'm
Somebody slipped
completely
you some
awake,
acid
dude.
or something.
No shit.
I'm completely
Your
awake.
mom's like, here's
How
some
old
acid,
were
kid,
you?
I'm going out.
Huh?
How old were you?
16, I think.
Okay, so you're
16 or
older.
17, something like that. But anyway,
Sounds effed up.
yeah. So then I'm back in my bed, and then I just hear little scratches on the walls, and I'm like, okay, well, it's a double wide. We have rats, we have mice. That's all it's got to be, right? And so then I'm like chilling, and then it was like this. It was like boom, and just right on my door. It was like somebody just pounded the
What?
door,
Oh,
both
what the
fists.
I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
And I was scared shitless at this point.
Yeah,
I'm
what do you
like,
do at that
I don't
point?
know.
I don't know.
Who's there?
Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm done. I got my freaking covers over my head.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
hell no. And so then I wait a little bit, and it starts, it's been a while, nothing's happening. I'm like starting to calm down. And then everything starts falling off the counters again. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not checking this time. Hell no. Eventually I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. My mom, she's still not home. Why, I won't say. But
Yeah.
but I get up, nobody's home. I go to the bathroom, everything's off the counter this time and on the ground.
So did you ever figure out what it was?
No. Well, the third weekend is what it was. So the third weekend, it got ballsy. To me, and Savage will probably roll his eyes out or something like that, because I don't know if this seems like something he'd roll his eyes at, but I think it was some type of demonic presence.
That's pretty freaky.
Yeah. And the reason, and it just got ballsier and ballsier and ballsier, right? So this time is the third night. I was home alone until like later, my buddy came over, but something still happened, right? Mm-hmm. So we're in my living room, and that's on the whole other side of the double wide. And then my phone's about to be dead, so I go to my room, starting to walk to my room to get my charger. And now there's this, there's like a dark hallway to get to the bedrooms in the double wide, here in the bathroom, right? So this dark hallway, long stretch. And the oddest thing, it's pitch black, but I see this like 8-foot figure, blacker than the pitch black.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at it. I'm just still walking, but then I'm like almost in a trance. I'm like just mesmerized. I keep walking to it. It's like a cloak almost. And then when I get to it, I literally froze and I could not move. I tried to move, and I could not move my body.
You were paralyzed.
So scared. I was paralyzed for a moment. And it was like 5 long seconds of just could not move my body, couldn't move a muscle, couldn't breathe. And then it just vanished into the hallway.
What the hell, man?
I don't know. And
Elijah's just never staying the night with me.
Pretty effed up.
That was when I was 16. I've never had anything like that happen again.
I was going to ask, like, has it shown up again? And you're like, God, what if it does tonight?
I know, right?
Fuck you, man.
We get a message from Madison. Hey, baby bro.
Any scraping on the ceiling?
Yeah. Huh?
You didn't see any scrapes on the ceiling?
Not that I know.
Because you said he was 8 foot, and you're in a double wide. They only have 8 foot ceiling, so he had to touch the roof.
I mean, if it's a demonic presence, I don't think walls matter.
Yeah, Savage is easily our most rational.
That's what I was like.
It's killed.
Yeah.
No, but it was
This
it was
talk
huge.
kills me.
I got.
Did you?
I was frozen.
Are you responsible for that? Did you do anything to like summon that, or did y'all play with a Ouija board?
I never did that shit.
Who in here has played with a Ouija board?
Oh, I have.
I've never.
No.
I have.
No,
so you and I have then.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, man.
My first experience with
Nope.
we were at my mom's, which is a house that was built in 1911.
Anybody die in it?
Actually, yes. And the person that she down the road or before that, I don't know, but the person she bought it from, the old man actually died in it. So she laughed and we brought out a Ouija board, and it was Garrett and I, and we got it out. And she goes over the ground rules of, okay, you can't ask it to prove its presence.
Your mom?
Yeah.
She's the one telling you?
She's the one giving us the ground rules. I believe if you ask it to prove its presence, that's like inviting it into your dimension.
Yeah.
Something like that. You just want to ask it like generic questions, yes and no questions. So we started off. And it took a little while, but that little planchette started to move.
Yeah.
So you ask it questions like, is there anybody here? Are we speaking to any entity? And it starts to make circles. And Garrett's like, oh, you need to knock that off, man. I'm like, no, you need to knock that off. But here's the thing. Like, you have to touch that so lightly.
Yes.
You can't put much weight on it because it won't move. And as light as I'm touching it, there's no way I could make this thing move. So after like 10 minutes of bantering back and forth, we're both like, okay, we're really not moving this thing.
Like
we had another friend there that was transcribing things and setting it down. They came in, and then Garrett sat in my spot, and it's still, and we kept going back and forth until everybody was like, okay, it's not us. We get it. And I forget all the questions that we asked, but we asked it, first we asked it its name, and the one that I was communicating with was called Woyd Jaxel.
Woyd
Jaxel. Like, how in the hell? My subconscious cannot materialize a name like that out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Nor can my buddies.
Yeah, but it's a collective. I mean, I'm there again. I'm not in the business of calling bullshit to many things. It's like, okay, there's a lot to this world that I don't know.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And it's like, but yeah, there's something about the combination of the movements, and it's just, I don't know. Ouija board is a pretty crazy.
It's
thing.
fucking real. And I'm as big of a skeptic as you'll ever meet in your life. And this thing was genuine.
I make a claim at being skeptic.
So we ended up asking it questions. This was all the way back when like the war in Iraq was going on. And we're like, will Saddam Hussein ever be found? Will Osama bin Laden ever be caught? And it kept spelling out, we must trust. We must trust.
Woo.
That was weird.
It's a little crazy.
We never really went down that deep, dark rabbit hole with we probably could have. And then there was another session when Garrett, I think, was asking the questions, and he's like, who am I talking to? And it kept
another
spelling out.
session. So y'all did this like multiple times.
They kept spelling out G-O-D, G-O-D, G-O-D. Like, hey, Garrett, I'm pretty sure we're not talking to God himself. I think this one's got a sense of humor.
Okay, how old were you at the time?
I was out of high school. This would have been,
oh, wow.
I'd have been 21, 22.
Yeah, my dabblings was as like a kid. I was like 5 or 6. We had a older neighbor who was
wait a minute. Before you get on your Ouija board story, I gotta get in here. How in the hell is somebody that died in 1911 supposed to know if Osama bin Laden's ever going to be found?
That's the thing, man, is they're here with us.
Okay,
but how are they going to know that?
How are they going to know the future?
I don't think they knew it. That's why they kept saying, we must trust. We must trust.
Bullshit. Go on.
No, and it's like I didn't know enough to actually question the accuracy or anything like that.
That gets
at the
into
age of 5 or 6.
String theory. Like if you get into multiple dimensions, you can.
Now you're
kinda,
into something.
You can kind
interesting.
of see the way things.
Yeah,
your
spooky.
destiny rolls out.
Yeah.
So much for free will. Who really knows? But anyways, your experience. Let's get into that.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, words are being spelled. I can't remember because it was so long ago, like what was actually said. But my reality testing at that time was not formed. So, I grew up believing in ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
do I now? Like, I don't know enough to believe or not believe.
I think if you're religious or spiritual or whatever, then why wouldn't you believe in ghosts?
Well, just as much as I believe
Yeah.
in heaven and God, I also believe that the devil and hell is also real. Demons are real.
So that's another
So
theory.
it's interesting you said, because I also believe that, but I believe it on a psychological level. It's like I've seen people in hell in their current life.
Yeah, as they exist currently.
Yeah, and it's like that's how I define hell. And
These are theories we can entertain. Let's keep this one lighthearted tonight.
okay, deal.
We're not going to deliberate.
Okay, on that note, give me some Old Soul.
Ooh. I see what you
Question for Doc on the Ouija board thing. I've always wondered, and like I said, it could be both things because, like I said, in my opinion, demons are real. So it could totally be a demonic thing where, as soon as because like I've never messed with one because my parents were like, as soon as you bring that in your house, that invites demons.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm never
Okay,
fucking
good.
touching
Yeah,
it.
it's like I'm
But
good enough for me. I'm not doing that.
Something that I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You love talking about this kind of stuff. Do you think at all like it's on a psychological level, right? So like as soon as you have the board, somebody explains, okay, this is what you're doing, right? Like your mom explaining, okay, you can't ask this, blah, blah, blah. So you're going into it anticipating something, right? You know you have to put your hands on it, but just lightly enough, right? Do you think there's something psychological that could...
Yeah, could the Ouija board be a portal that the unconscious actually has a way to communicate?
I don't think so.
With the
'Cause
conscious
I don't think
world?
my unconscious could answer the questions that I was asking.
Your unconscious forms dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand about it is why is there a certain rule that you have to touch it here? If that was true, if this is a portal, you should just be able to put your damn hands anywhere on it and it do it.
No. It's like you have to have a light enough
Listen,
kind of connection with
these
the
entities are dead. They don't have a lot of muscle mass.
you say these entities, but the entities could be our own mind.
That's what I'm saying. So like while you're touching it, your muscles are moving. You might not
without you even know.
You might not consciously realize that you're the one doing it because you're psychologically like thrilled almost.
Yeah, because y'all just told me that you constantly
have y'all ever
had terrors that you can't control.
I don't think that's a factor. I think because you're lucid and conscious, it automatically overrides your subconscious.
But you said
I think
you
your
was
subconscious
lucid.
is out of play. Hold on.
But you
And
said
this
you
is
was
another
lucid and
thing.
conscious during your not terror that you can't control.
Okay,
That's a whole
I'm
separate situation.
marking my opportunity to comment, so y'all go ahead.
All right. So my thought is,
Sorry.
brain fart.
Sorry. What was that, Chance?
And go.
Damn it. My thought is, I've never had a dream where I've had a conversation with Boyd Jaxel or made up any kind of weird name like that in my dream,
but
via my subconscious.
Yeah, but you're only able to recall a tiny portion. So people generally believe their unconscious is smaller by order of magnitude than what it actually is. And here I'm getting into Jungian psychology or Carl Jung psychology.
So is the subconscious a gateway into
like subconscious is massive.
Yeah.
Like it's
bigger than our brain.
It's and it might be collective.
And you got to remember, you weren't the only one with your fingers on the little board. So it's not just your subconscious. You said my subconscious. I can't create that name.
Yeah.
But both of your craziness going on at the same time, sure the hell could have.
Yeah. And your subconscious produces dreams, and those dreams are fucking crazy.
Right.
They're fucking crazy. So this is interesting. Have y'all ever heard of the app called Replica?
No.
Mm-hmm. What's
Okay.
that?
Okay. So this is an app, and it's an interesting phenomenon. So I've read into this because I just think it's very interesting. But it's an AI chat bot. Okay, it's becoming very popular apparently. Okay, whatever that means. But basically, you get a AI friend that you have a chat conversation with, and you develop a relationship with over time.
Like the movie Her.
I think so, right?
Have you seen that one with
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah, but it's like she actually is sentient,
Oh, okay.
right?
Right.
In her, okay, this bot, to the best, like all of the computer engineers that weigh in on this say there's no way this bot is sentient. However, people definitely believe the person they're talking to is sentient.
Yeah.
Yes. And what the bot is doing is the bot is reading the text message. They're actually responding to the person like that person responds to other people on their text messages. And like people have a sense that this is a real person. Okay. So it's like our reality testing really sucks as
We're just
people.
breaking the ground of reality.
Yeah. We're
testing.
just like, yeah, it's like we think we know.
Do you remember 15 years ago, there was news about the German organization that was doing the testing on if reality is actually just a simulation. And it was like, ha, that's cute. Now it's like, okay.
Is it? Is it?
Kind of plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get Elon Musk talking on the matter. It's
Sure.
Yeah, we're living.
So do you think the subconscious is the lotus flower opening up to literally universal,
Okay.
a universal mind?
No, I think. Okay, so I think the unconscious is the depth of all being. Okay, and consciousness is the like small fruiting.
Yeah.
From that like deep unconsciousness.
Okay.
And that'd be very Jungian.
Yeah.
That is like the things that actually form our personality or our thinking or our conscious life is very small with regards to our whole exposure, our whole world.
Very limited.
Very limited. That's a great way to put
Remember
it.
that one time Chance said, "Let's keep it light."
I was just going to stop. Like, all right.
So was that your spooky story?
Kind of, but I was going to ask him, like, so what was your experience?
Yeah, because
with
you
your
never
Ouija
told us
board?
about the Ouija board.
yeah.
You just went off
Yeah.
into this whole philosophy.
That was my bad.
Actually,
I brought up the psychology.
So I don't remember the details. I just remember coming away thinking, okay, that's really weird, and I guess ghosts really do exist.
I mean, it's totally plausible too.
Right.
Just as much as it could be that your subconscious is dictating your little hand motions.
It's like, yeah, but it's like, okay, well, when Elijah walked out of his room, walked into the bathroom, like all the shit was on the ground.
His subconscious didn't do that.
No.
Right.
I mean, to the best of our ability, right?
Or did it? Because
Unless he has dissociative identity disorder.
You've had dreams that you don't remember, so you tell me
Yeah.
he couldn't be so jacked up in the head from
that
the
he went and like
stuff that he heard
raked
that he
it off
went
on
in
the
there
ground and
sleptwalk in there,
Sleptwalked and
went right back
knocked
to
it
bed
off
and
or
don't
something.
remember none of it.
yeah. It's that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mind's crazy. That's for
It
dang
really
sure.
is.
I had a roommate that sleptwalked so bad, fucking Ryan.
Oh my God, I love
I
you,
woke-
bro. But
and
geez, I don't know how he's still alive.
He snored so bad. So one night I woke up and I could hear him that he got out of his room. He's walking down the hall, just snoring. I opened my door and I turned on the lights.
Snore
and he's
walking.
standing in
He
the
was.
living room, standing up. I'm like, Ryan, ooh, yeah. You sleepwalking, bro? He's like, oh, damn it, I guess so.
And what's crazy is we could tell about 12 more of those exact same
Right.
stories right there.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Of
it
him,
used to be-
of him.
It used to be bad.
Yeah.
My favorite's the Red River trip we took with him.
another time.
Yep.
So what about automatic writing? Have you heard of that?
Yes. Oh, I've actually done that.
Okay.
Okay, so there's
What?
and to
You
put,
got to explain.
Yeah.
okay, so there's this program that you actually get a membership to, and there's
No, this is primitive automatic writing where it's just you, a pencil, and a paper.
What's this got to do with spooky stories?
I'm thinking of
I've
something
seen that in,
completely
like,
different.
Demonic movies.
Yeah.
Automatic.
seen that.
Okay, so you're on something completely different. Than
What are
I
you
was
thinking of?
Is the AI program that
Oh.
that you put a sentence in and then it writes
It
a
completes
it for you.
paragraph?
No.
and-
No,
yeah.
I've seen
So
that.
explain.
Automatic
I don't know what
writing
you're
to
talking
the
about.
I've
You ever
never
seen that
tried
in like
it.
a movie,
No.
like The Conjuring or something
You just
like that. Or?
you basically put your hand on a pencil and a paper, and then you, as Doc would do, go into this moment of pure meditation,
Yeah.
No.
and you let your hand do whatever it does for however long, and then some
That
people
sounds
do it and
dirty.
they come out with messages and things that they did
No.
not know they wrote.
No.
Sounds like we could try it.
Sounds like
Oh,
we'll
I didn't
here,
know
I'll do
about.
it.
I didn't.
I'll do
I
it
wasn't
right now.
thinking meditation.
Oh, no, nothing.
Well, you just
Okay.
clear
I've
your
se-
you clear your
well,
mind.
no, I've seen like on the scary end where it's like almost a possession, and somebody's like eyes are rolled back in their head, and they're like,
Well, that's Hollywood eyes.
yeah.
But now, if the pen stands up and starts writing on its own, then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, that's not my subconscious.
True. True.
And then there's light as a feather, stiff as a board. You have
Oh, is that where you
Right.
do the finger thing
you
underneath
have a
them?
person
Yeah.
that lays flat,
Mhm.
and I think up to like 6 people around this person on their knees.
Yeah.
And everybody puts 2 fingers underneath the person. And you chant light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff
You
as a
actually
board.
lift
And
them up.
supposedly they start lifting up.
Yeah.
With like very minimal effort. Now we tried this.
Sounds like cool parlor trick.
We tried this, and I swear to God, this person started coming off the ground. But we had a friend that kept laughing hysterically every time. Like it finally got quiet and serious, he would just start busting out laughing. So we never really achieved it. Now my mom will tell you a story where they did this to the person and got him up over their heads.
What?
And he woke up, and it's like ceiling is right here, and flipped the hell out. You can ask her about that. I think if I was the subject of that, and I woke up or opened my eyes and the ceiling was 2 inches from my nose, yeah, I'd be flipping the fuck out too.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, I'd still have to see that shit. I'm still calling bullshit.
Growing up, what was because you grew up in Paradise, right?
Well, yeah, borderline Decatur Paradise.
Decatur.
Yep.
Metroplex, Grapevine.
Okay.
Sounds
What
like
was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the scary urban legend?
Screaming
Bridge,
Yeah,
of course.
And then there's Hell's Gate in Bridgeport
I don't know that one.
off
Where's
Cuba
that?
Road.
Cuba Road.
So Cuba Road used to dead end,
Yeah.
and there's actually, you can go look it up online.
Okay.
Was considered one of the portals to hell at the end of this road.
Oh shit.
I mean, if
That's
you went-
Bridgeport in general. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
As soon as you cross Big Sandy.
Damn.
So yeah,
That's
the
the
legend
Decatur boy
goes,
talking right there.
you can read personal testimonies from people on this website where they stop and park, and then they just start walking, and the temperature drops, and you get that heavy fogginess, and then they can hear things like, and they saw like red eyes looking at them.
Of course
Yeah.
they do.
And then so we went and did it.
Okay.
I don't remember anything following
Yeah.
us,
No.
but you get the temperature drop and all that, but you're also walking into like a river creek bottom.
Right.
Yeah, so I can take you about 300 yards that way, and
Show you the-
we'll
give you
show you the
effect.
same temperature drop.
But then there's Screaming Bridge,
Of course.
which
Yeah.
everybody around
Everyone-
here
yeah.
knows about.
Says that
Classic.
they've done. But that's the thing is, there's multiple stories of that
do
same.
you, Doc? Do you know about Screaming Bridge?
No, I don't.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Who wants to present? Elijah, I'll let you take the
Well,
floor.
I mean, you grew up with it better than I did.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
so
grew
you-
up with
you
the
tell
original.
it.
Mine,
You tell it and see.
mine
no,
might be
yeah.
a game of telephone over the years. So
Yeah, you
I'd
let
like to
you
hear
tell it
from
and see
you.
if it's the same for him.
So the old legend of Screaming Bridge is a lady hanged herself from that bridge.
Okay, see, that's already different than what I heard.
Okay, we're gonna have to find out what you heard.
Okay.
And the legend goes, and this is the old bridge. They've since rebuilt it.
It's still painted
Dude,
up.
it's still all graffitied up
Yeah.
and everything. It looks like the old bridge.
Yeah.
But the legend goes, if you arrive in your car after midnight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was.
You
after midnight.
everybody exits the car, lights off, keys out of the ignition,
Yeah.
all doors shut, and you
Okay.
stand in silence. You can still hear her scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that, I bet that happened to some people because we have mountain lions that run
Oh,
around
yeah.
here, or bobcats.
Yeah, for sure.
And have you ever heard them scream? They sound
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh,
kids
yeah.
or women in
Right.
distress.
Oh, yeah.
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 So mine was similar. When you got out, first you had to scream, and it was like you would hear her scream back. That was that. But she didn't hang herself. It was like a witch time, and she was hung by people who thought she was a witch.
A witch.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
But essentially, with the car, exact same
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it could have been. It's been many years, so maybe it was, or she was murdered. but-
Yeah, I don't.
See, I'm not sure kids have the same thing today.
Yeah. What are they?
What do you mean the same thing?
Like they
urban
don't have the
legends,
same
or-
like urban legend.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. Like I'm
I
not a
don't know.
kid, but
Yeah.
I know my kids don't.
Mhm.
that I know of.
Yeah.
I was fascinated with the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be. What if it is her you hear screaming?
What about what's
Bloody
that?
Mary.
What's that?
Ooh,
No, that was a good
So
one.
that's another one that, by the time you get to, how was it, 3 Bloody Marys?
3.
Yeah.
I wonder if your eyesight has adjusted enough to the dark where you can start seeing your own reflection, and that's
so.
what
Right,
causes
something.
that.
Yeah, do
Or-
you know that one, Savage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where you know,
Same as-
Savage is. It's when
go
when
into the
chug 3
bathroom.
Bloody Marys.
when you start seeing a lot.
I see a lot of things.
I had never tried that one because I'm too scared.
Me too.
No, right? Really?
I don't
Even
do
now?
mirrors. I don't do mirrors.
Yeah, I've done it for sure. But I remember I think it's just one of those things that somebody at some point made it up just to get the thrill, get the scare,
it's a good
whatever.
one.
Because I remember the first time I ever did it, and on the first Bloody Mary, I'm like, okay, whatever, going in with confidence, I can do this.
Needs more Tabasco.
And then the second one, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the second one, I'm like, I start feeling that heart kind of pumping a little bit more, and I'm like, whew. And then the third one, I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
You psych yourself out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I remember being, because especially then, my brother Zach, who was a lot more like you, he didn't give a shit about that stuff. So he loved seeing me try to impress my older brother. So he'd be like, "Oh yeah, go do this," and I'm like, "Oh, I could do this." And I'm like 7 years old saying Bloody Mary 3 times in front of the mirror, and then I'm freaking the hell out.
And not sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not do mirrors. We stayed in the supposedly most haunted room in the most haunted plantation in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, no way.
Room 14. And when we got in the bed, I look up and there's this big armoire there that's all mirrors. And I'm like, nope, no thank you. Gotta open those doors. Like, I don't want to see a mirror. No.
Yeah.
Candyman too.
I tried it
the other
once.
one.
I tried to find some ghosts once, and I had enough.
Okay, so
And you're like,
Savage really has
this
not
gay.
participated over there with scary stories. So what's
Anything.
Savage doesn't.
I told you.
He has a
I
scary
really-
story where a snake bit him once.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only scary story that actual fucking happened though.
Savage lives very much in the conscious world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any attempted scary more stories, like where you tried to do Bloody Mary or
Scary events,
Candyman,
like-
or what about when you said you just said you were looking for ghosts? What
We went to the Minger Hotel in San Antonio, and it's supposedly a haunted. A lot of people died from the Alamo because it's like right there at the Alamo.
Gotcha.
Went and talked to the people. You got to come out of your room at 2:30, and showed me the places to find them. And of course, we all went up there, and nothing happened.
You know
now
what?
I did do something cool though.
Okay.
So we had my nieces because we were raising my nieces at the time. So after we did all this, they came back and time to take a shower and go to bed. So she went in there to take a shower, and she's hot shower, steaming. So I eased the door open, and the mirror's all foggy. I stuck my hand in the road. I can't see you. And
that's
soon so I woke up. I woke up the wife and the other niece, and we're all just sitting in the bed, just
Waiting.
waiting. And you can hear the water shut off in the shower curtain, and then I'll just bloody scream.
That's great.
That's pretty great.
What
But
movie
no, all the other shit's bullshit.
I know what you did last summer. You used to. He would
Dude, I
always
forgot about that
write
one.
on
Yeah.
the foggy
Yeah.
doors, the
Yep.
foggy mirrors.
Yep. But no, I
another
really
one.
don't. I really don't have any
Yeah.
spooky.
Did you ever do Screaming Bridge?
Yeah, we went
Yeah,
out to Screaming
you
Bridge a
tried
lot.
it.
I mean, I was out
Nothing.
there doing other things.
Right.
There was some screaming going on. But no, I don't really have.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember now. If it happened to me when I was young and I just don't remember it, but it never nothing.
Yeah.
In
So I have another one that he can chalk down because I've also tried to convince myself that it was probably just a homeless guy. But what's the excuse me? What's the that famous hotel in Mineral Wells?
Crazy Water.
Well, yeah, with the mineral water. What's the hotel called?
Crazy Water.
Crazy
no,
Water.
No.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
The one that like Marilyn Monroe stayed,
Yeah.
the president stayed.
It's being
Elvis.
remodeled.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
big
it is.
giant one, the tall one there.
Yeah.
It's like the only tall one.
Yeah.
In I don't know. Anyways,
Its nickname was the Crazy Water. I
Oh,
forget
was it
what.
really?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the hotel was called, but anyway, that's like a also haunted area,
Oh, yeah.
right? So like me and my buddy, we went out there, and I just wanted to get like some
The Baker.
Baker, yes, Baker Hotel. So we went out there. I went to get like some photos, videography, and B-roll footage for this little short film that I was working on. And
it really is a beautiful hotel.
It really
It's a shame
is.
it ever
Yeah.
Oh,
went
dang,
into
that's it right there.
dilapidation.
yeah.
But I'm glad it's being renovated. So sorry, set up a camera. So you're doing a whole ghost chasers.
Yeah. I'm doing some time. I don't even remember anymore. Like I never finished it. It never happened, unfortunately. But we went out there and I'm just getting footage and whatnot. And it's as soon as you got there, just kind of an eerie feel, almost a heavy feel. But again, I think psychologically I'm psyched out already because the stories I've heard and whatnot. But anyway, so I'm going there, and anytime I tried to enter the building, something would happen. And the first time I walked in, or I was trying to walk in, I found like a little area that was barred off, but clearly somebody had like pried the bars open so you could squeeze in. So I'm trying to squeeze in, and my buddy's right behind me, so he's not like far off doing shit. And it just sounded like a giant thing of plywood like fell like right next to me, and I felt the like the air on me from it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And I look, nothing, right? Nothing had fallen. And then at one point I just heard some noises. Anyway, I'll wrap it up. The crazy thing was the first time I was trying to go through another entrance from the freaking sky. Like again, it could be a homeless man that was just living up on one of the top floors, and he's like, "Get out of my house!" But anyway, it was so weird where it had landed. It was like right in the center of the courtyard, this brick courtyard, and it just seemingly dropped from the sky, but it was just a glass bottle right there.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, as I was trying to enter, and that's whenever I was just like, "All right, nope, fuck this, I'm getting out of here." And
is
then,
it known to be haunted?
Yeah, it's known to be haunted. My cousin,
when you say it's known,
well,
I mean,
seemingly
people say it's
people say,
yeah.
yeah.
My cousin has some stories going there too, but him, you never know, because he was always doing any and every drug.
So was all that ghost hunter shit on like TLC ever debunked?
Bullshit.
I don't think it was ever
all bullshit.
proven, because they didn't. It's just so silly.
And that's where I'm at with the amount of camera and night vision and thermal and everything that we have.
Yeah.
There would be a goddamn ghost filmed, at least just one.
It's like all the Bigfoot, Sasquatch
Yeah.
stuff.
Not-
Like, we caught Bigfoot on camera, and it's
Not
like some
some-
pixelated.
yeah.
It's chance.
See, this is
It was just me.
And not some blur or a camera.
Yeah.
okay.
Or
So
because this is what would happen at the ghost thing. So we'd be videoing over here in this room. Oh, look at this. The temperature over here is dropping. Oh, we just missed it.
Yeah.
okay.
Somebody
So
threw something at that bottle.
Yes.
yeah, this is interesting. And I don't know what to make of it. And quite frankly, I haven't even tried to make anything of it. But I have a patient who is an older gentleman and like pretty normal older dude. And so I wouldn't like think twice to kind of question his story or whatever. But he came in and saw me a couple of weeks ago with his daughter, who's in her 50s, a very prominent person around the community herself. And he apparently just took a trip to Arkansas, maybe is like northeast Oklahoma, and stayed with his brother. And they were out in that Kiamichi, Ouachita wilderness and with his cell phone, and he showed me the picture. He took a picture of a Bigfoot. Okay. And
Bullshit
so
meter's just rising.
I know, right? And it's like, okay, so and I'm listening to this and I'm not going to call bullshit to his story. And it's like, he obviously felt it was like real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got his phone with the evidence on his phone of this picture. And
So you have an iPhone 14? It better been a very clear.
It was
photo.
an iPhone. It was iPhone. It was pretty damn clear. Like I looked at it and I was like, okay, yeah, that's a picture of what would
Something
be.
in the woods.
It looked like the old photo of Bigfoot on the beach that on Unsolved Mysteries, right? And it's like I trust him, but I don't know like who. I'm thinking like who played a trick on this old man.
Or why didn't he video it?
That good question. I didn't think to ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or why didn't he chase it?
Right.
Because he's an old man.
At this stage in life.
Maybe he was so shooken.
At this stage in life, if I see a Bigfoot, I'm pulling the video out and I'm chasing him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go find him. I could be dead,
Right.
but there's going to be video proof of all that.
You know, like to him, it was real. To his daughter, it was real. I'm like, who rented the Bigfoot costume?
Yeah.
I mean, we are still discovering undiscovered species all over the planet.
It's true.
Yeah.
My stepdad swore up and down in the 9-mile range of Montana, there is a Yeti.
Yeah.
He never saw it in person, but he saw physical evidence of it. He said like trees as big as around as this table were just like uprooted and looked like he swung it around like a bat in a fit of rage and destroyed other trees and stuff like that. Yeah, in a circular pattern. So,
but speaking of finding a new place, y'all seen that cave they found in like Thailand or something like that? It's got its own freaking ecosystem in it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
It's like as far as you can see long, and then like somewhere halfway through it or something, it opens up, and that's how it gets enough whatever it needs, and like there's stuff growing in there that should not be in there.
That's interesting.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Sounds like the old theory of there's a whole nother world underneath subsurface.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds like that. I still have another story. This was just a few nights ago. So we're all about the spooky shit and Halloween stuff this time of year. So we're watching one of these things on. It was one of those stupid, silly things on Discovery or whatever, where the ghost hunters come in.
Oh yeah.
There was this one guy's character. I can't really get into what he was saying, but anyway, so they're going through this house, and the lady that owns the house is like, "Yeah, we see a lot of activity here, and there's this one particular door that." Even though it's shut, nobody's in the house. You hear it like bang back and forth. Oh, okay. So, anyways, I think we turned the damn thing halfway through the show. Like, this is just silly.
Yeah.
That night in our house, our bedroom door does not have the full metal latch on it, so it has a little bit of play in it. That night, I wake up and I hear our door is doing this.
Yeah.
And Sarah wakes up. She's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "Babe, the windows are open. It's just the wind. It's fine." There was a little bit of wind that night. So I'm like, "It's fine. They're buffeting the door. It's just coming through." So I get up and I shut all the windows, go back to sleep. I'm about to sleep again, and the door starts banging again. And she's out this time. And I'm like, "Okay, whatever you want to do, I'm going to sleep." I did not get up to check it again. But everything in the house was shut, and that door was banging back and forth.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, there are things that can't be explained.
No, there really aren't, or there really are. No, you can't explain them.
So, Doc, do you have a spooky story?
No, not really. I mean, other than I was on a Boy Scout camp out one time. Thought I saw something albino and fast running through the woods, and I was like, "Okay, I don't know what that was." And
Could've
I got freaked out, and I tried to convince the whole troop that I had seen something abnormal. and it's like, I look back on that now. I'm like.
Maybe
it's probably like a fucking albino coyote or something.
Could have been the
like
goat
that.
man.
Or a deer.
It's the goat man of Lake Worth.
That was my mom's urban legend.
That was
the
a
goat
Saturday
man.
Night Live deal.
No, there's an old urban legend here.
There is a Saturday Night Live goat man.
The goat man. No, I've heard of that.
Well, there's the goat man. Honestly, it's at a lot of different places, but my mom's was in.
Bring something else up. I'm gonna go ahead, Elijah.
Shit, well, it was down in Houston area, something point. I don't remember where she went. I was where she grew up. I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, it's honestly it's perfect movie material. So there was a spot called Lover's Lane, where all the high school kids and whatnot would go and drive, and they'd go there, make out, have sex, the whole works. On the other side, like there's like some woods, and then on the other side, there's this guy, old man. He had a farm and whatnot. And one night, some teenagers thought it would be funny to go and kill the guy's goats or something.
Oof.
And so they went, basically gutted the goats right there, and he came to see basically all of his goats dead. And so after that, he started murdering teenagers that would park at Lover's Lane. Is that true? I have no idea.
That was that goat man.
That was the goat man. But then, of course, it turned into whenever somebody survived. They swore he was half goat, half man, or something.
That's what the one here at Lake Worth is. Like it's a goat that stands erect and upright, but has like the face and arms of a man, but lower half of a goat.
Right. Which in mythology, like Greek and Norse mythology, that's actually a creature. I can't remember what it's called, but
keyword is mythology.
that was hers. And then my dad had one called the 13 Steps of Death. And this was in Orange County. But anyway, there was this big field a lot of people would go party at. And there were these 13 stepping stones that led to nothing. And this one's actually true. Only one thing like occurred from it, but afterwards, of course, it was like, well, if you walk those 13 steps, you're dead.
So what occurred from it?
There was these three guys. There was a party that was going on out there. There was these three guys that were at the party, and they all walked the 13 steps. And I mean, honestly, they were just drunk, and they died because they were drunk and driving. But because the 13 steps were included, everybody made it this thing.
Was the rumor? Yeah.
And then this was the crazy part though, and honestly, really cool and movie material, is they drove. And they were taking a tight corner, and they just, crashed into a tree, and they all died. But they were jamming to Highway to Hell by AC/DC, and it got stuck
on a loop.
And so whenever the police arrived, the loop was just, we're on the highway to hell, on the high, and it just kept going.
That's interesting.
So that's pretty crazy. But then so after that, it was like, yeah, if you walk those 13 steps,
you're to your death.
That's your death.
So what did you have to say, Doc?
Okay, so that whole goat story reminded me of one of my favorite songs.
Is this a Phantom of the Opera song?
No, it's actually Ray Wiley Hubbard on his. I had to look it up, and I think I just lost it. His live at Cibolo Creek album. And he talks about this, like right before Last Train to Amsterdam on that album. He's got this like little sketch, and he talks about moving out to East Texas around all these like coot goat farmers. And he's staying there in the house by himself, and then it's like a thunderstorm comes, and so there's lightning, and then he sees like this like goat-headed creature like walk across his window, and it was his realization that goats can actually walk
up on
upright.
their hooves. Yeah, it's not a fun way to realize that.
Yeah.
No, but it's like, man, that's like Ray Wiley Hubbard. It's good stuff.
All right, biggest what?
LaPorte, and that's where it was. My mom's LaPorte, Texas.
LaPorte.
Okay.
Biggest phobias.
Armpit of the world.
Huh?
LaPorte.
Armpit of the world.
It's at least the armpit of Texas, right?
I thought that was just Houston.
Yeah.
Houston, biggest phobia.
Biggest phobias. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I have one.
Is snakes a phobia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be mine.
What do they call that?
Yeah.
It's slitherophobia. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not afraid of them. I just hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, after you got bit by one, I would imagine.
Well, I hated them before then, but now
so did I almost
really
got bit by a copperhead
Ophidiophobia.
when I was a kid.
I was just looking at ophidiophobia is the irrational fear of snakes.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it irrational, really? I mean,
Well,
I think
if it's
that's
a phobia.
I think it's a
irrational,
primal.
right?
No, like okay, you can't call a fear of snakes irrational.
No, because they are venomous and they will kill you ultimately.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
like-
don't get treatment.
All of human history has been about snakes.
Yeah.
It's
Is
like snake was in the Garden of Eden.
Sure.
Well, true.
You know, in our oldest story or oldest myth that
Yeah,
we
but that's
have.
not why I hate them.
Well, yeah.
Well, we know why you hate them.
Yeah, you
almost got taken out by a teeny little copperhead.
Freaking-
Yeah.
Yes.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
I almost got bit by a copperhead when I was digging holes. Do you ever just dig holes when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Because it was fun as
Yeah.
fuck. I don't know why.
That's-
but it was so much fun. Anyway, I was digging a hole, and I didn't know like snakes like burrowed, I guess, and made little holes in the ground or some shit. So I saw a hole, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to freaking, I already got a hole to start on. And I just dug that top piece off.
Yeah.
And it was
And
a
there was
snake.
Uh-huh.
And I just remembered my dad always say, I don't give a shit what it is. You see a snake, cut its head off. And so I freaked out and I go, and I just snapped its head
Yeah,
off.
but after you jump, after your nervous system like
kicks in. Yeah. There's some instinctual fear.
I was hiked upon a snake, and it's like after I picked myself up off the ground, from jumping backwards like 6 feet, then I knew what to do with the snake. But
I should have been bitten by a copperhead. I was in Runaway Bay, and thankfully it was still like a cool day in March, and was doing a landscaping job, and was putting up stones around the base of a tree, and I was cleaning out old roughage, and I looked down, and there's a fucking copperhead coiled up, literally an inch from my hand, just looking me in the eyes, like, "You're lucky it's cold out here, buddy, because I would have bit you twice."
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how long he'd been there. My eyes just focused. And if you've seen copperheads, they blend in really well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he's just sitting there with those, those little cat eyes, like
the scary ones when you see the pictures where they're on a tree, and I mean you can't see them.
You can't tell them.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah.
Madison never knew she was afraid, like truly afraid of snakes, until we were hiking too in Tennessee, and we were just going on the trail and whatnot. I saw it first, and I was just like, "Oh, cool!" And it was like a pitch black snake. I don't know what it was, but it was so black. I'd never seen a snake like
an indigo snake, or
I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe. But I just remember,
non-venomous.
non-venomous.
Yeah.
okay, well, I just remember looking at it, and I'm like, "Dude, that's cool." And I point, and Madison's like, "What?" And she sees it, and she like freaked out, and she was like, "I never knew this about me. I never knew I'd be that afraid." She's like, "I've seen snakes in my life, but that like really freaked her out. I don't know why."
The unexpected nature of it.
I guess so.
All right, baby bro,
Yeah.
phobia.
I don't know, man.
Really? Doc?
I don't have-
I grapple
Obviously,
with,
8-foot black dudes that mess with his bathrooms.
Yeah, I guess so.
I am afraid of demons.
Demons.
I don't think that's irrational.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yo.
Man, people have always asked, what's your biggest fear? And I've never known what to answer. Some people say sharks.
Yeah, but that's
or
different than a
spiders
phobia.
or whatever.
A fear is different
man.
than a phobia.
I don't have a phobia.
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
Yeah.
all
and
right,
that's
Doc.
not me even trying to be like tough. I
grapple with
I don't know.
arachnophobia.
Really?
And-
Arachnophobia?
Yeah, I don't let it get the best of me anymore.
That's good.
And I really had to come to a place as a, dude, as like a 20-year-old dude that, okay, I'm not going to be a fucking bitch around spiders. But yeah, it's like, now I see a spider, I get this little,
The sense of a phobia is it is your demise.
Right.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like, okay, this thing could, fuck with me. No, it's like, this will kill me.
Yeah. And it's like your system reacts before your brain reacts.
Yes.
And
What was that one
so-
movie a while back? Arachnid or
arachnophobia.
it's called Arachnophobia.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
You
still
remember
hadn't
that?
watched it. I never watched
my
it.
God.
Jeff
I was about to
Daniels?
say,
Yeah.
was that what gave you arachnophobia? Because that was an intense movie.
No, actually, I had it before that, but I still haven't held a tarantula, and I know I will have conquered my fear. There, I said, fear is
your
different than a
phobia.
phobia.
Your phobia, yeah.
I'll conquer my phobia whenever I actually hold a tarantula. So there's a project for you, Chancey.
But what's the point of that?
Of what?
Like, I don't really have a phobia because I live my life. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But
Yeah,
I don't understand the point of why would I want to go hold snakes? It's not gonna make me like them anymore.
well, it's
It's
like
not going to make me not afraid of them. I'm not afraid
Yeah.
of the snake. I'm afraid what that snake can do to me.
it's conscientiously overcoming an unconscious reflex.
Not really, because if you
the whole point is there's not a point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're just
Sure.
afraid of it, or you're fearful of your life. Mine is I'm extremely claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay,
Very
yeah.
much.
So you've not had to get an MRI yet. I should know
no,
this
I've
'cause
done
I'm
this.
your
I've done the
doctor, but-
CT scan,
Yeah.
but not an MRI. And I don't want to. They give you drugs before those, right?
No.
They can. And
Okay.
yes, if you ever had to get an MRI, I just had a patient that couldn't do a traditional MRI because of claustrophobia. So we went to a wide bore MRI.
Yeah, I would probably lose my shit.
He couldn't do that either.
Oh wow!
And
Yeah.
so we
I'm
had
probably
to-
right there with him.
Like
So
we're trying to get a open MRI.
no, I can't. I have a very, very, very severe fear of confined spaces. Who's done the
Yeah.
cutting edge haunted house?
No.
I have not
So at the
done
very
it.
end of
I
it,
haven't
there
done
is a foam tunnel, and it's a dogleg shaped tunnel filled with like soapy foam. And you go into this thing, and if you lose your bearing of where you're headed, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So,
What was that again?
so we enter this thing, and I've already told them, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And everybody with me, including my wife, is standing behind me. So we enter this tunnel, and I'm just into a wall of foam. You can't tell where you're going. So and you start inhaling this stuff too.
Oh man.
So you can't breathe, you can't see, you have no sense of direction. And I'm like,
everybody behind you's pushing you.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, thankfully we ran into people, and I started yelling, and I'm like, go this way, keep moving. Because there were people on the floor. And there's people that have died in these fucking things. Not a joke. Joe Biden, not a joke. So yeah, I'm like at my borderline of freaking out. Now everybody behind me is having a great time because I'm leaving a tunnel of a foam hollow because my big ass is going through the foam. So Sarah's got her head up against my back, just following where I'm going. I finally come to my senses, grab the hat off my head, put it in front of my face to create like an air pocket. But I'm telling you, like, it starts to cut off your airway, and I am borderline about to lose my shit.
Yeah.
And we finally come out of it, and of course, people are coming out like, and I come out, I'm like, whoa, people about to die.
Yeah.
Never do one of those.
I don't know if I have a phobia. Like I'd say, people say, or will ask, like, are you more afraid of burning in a fire or drowning?
Yeah, that's a fear.
That's just a fear. Like I fear drowning, but I don't have a phobia because I still swim.
Ooh, I'd choose drowning over burning in a fire any day.
Yeah, but it's not a reflexive exposure. I had had an employee that worked for me that had a phobia of bridges.
Okay,
and so like highway bridges.
Yeah,
and if it was a big bridge, she was like,
nope.
She'd have to pull over to the side and
go a different route.
There's a lot of people. I kind of have a phobia, not a phobia, but a fear of like man-made heights. I do not like.
Yeah.
Don't
So
like
I guess in a
coasters?
sense it is
Don't
irrational.
Really?
Like, okay, well, if you have a snake phobia, then your life's not in danger, but you can't.
Yeah.
Like you're still like shocked.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well, let's wrap it up with what you wish your wife would dress up for the next Halloween.
Oh, I like. Okay, a little lighthearted, right? Yeah, you go ahead, Chancey.
No,
this is yours.
This was yours.
You put it on there. You go with it.
Yeah, if you put it on, you go last.
Yeah. No, the rule.
No. I'm kind of stuck here.
Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. Who goes first? I vote for Doc.
Doc.
Welcome
to the democracy.
Y'all. That's it's like okay, so Halloween parties. I've never been to a real adult Halloween party.
Yeah, you have.
mean, well, we went to Chance's, but I mean,
no, you've been to one. You almost died.
Where?
We went to.
You'd think I'd remember this.
Yeah, well, that is probably the reason why you don't.
Oh, okay.
We went to the chamber. It was a real Halloween party. We all dressed up.
The night of the wreck.
Yeah, we had a wreck. Yeah,
we all dressed up.
That's true. That was fun.
Yeah, and this is our third Halloween party at our place with Sarah.
Yeah,
third.
I mean, that is an adult Halloween party, but it's not like
it's
not like a rave.
Yeah.
That's
a old just sitting down watching Family Feud.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you mean by a real Halloween party? Because a rave is not a Halloween party.
You're talking about just a giant
classier costumes.
Okay, we're getting away from the subject.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's true.
What do you want your wife to be next year?
No, it's like okay, so see, I don't know what the like.
No, we're not going down this trail with
Why are
big
you getting
doctor
so
talk.
deep? Just say what you want your wife to dress up as. That's literally what your word said.
It's something.
Yeah, probably
slutty,
some
isn't it?
anime character.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to be
Yeah.
a furry?
No.
An anime character?
Yeah,
You're just
anime.
making fun of me? You're making
No,
fun of me?
I'm talking to our youngest member.
Yeah,
So you're just throwing it out there as any anime character.
So Pokemon.
Yeah, like
a female anime character? 'Cause I was about to say, you gotta be-
purple haired,
she could pull it off.
So you're talking
you
about
want your wife to go
hentai.
what you're talking about is more like an anime mascot. So anything female anime looking.
Yeah, I think so.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at you because I don't really have a lot of exposure.
That's all for us, guys. We'll see you later.
Oh no, you got to answer.
You want that anime schoolgirl thing, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what it is.
I got you.
Just couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
Took you.
Yeah.
All right, Elijah.
I mean, I'd side with him. No,
that's easy. That's what we're doing. I'm going to go with dogs. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just going to have my wife dress up as a MILF. Because she'll be a MILF then.
Lame. Lame.
I don't know. She hasn't worn her witch costume in a while. She has a really good witch thing going on.
Really?
I don't know if I could take my pick. Maybe a cop. Hot cop.
Oh, I like that.
I've never been to a Halloween party with a hot cop.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Madison makes fun of the costumes that girls will be like whenever, like my Jason was like as accurate as a Jason could be.
Yeah.
And for the money.
Yeah.
But then there's like girls that'll be Jason and it's just sexy Jason, right? She makes fun of those chicks, but I'm like, I mean, babe, I love your body.
There might be something to it.
If you were dressed up as sexy Jason, I might be into that, you know? So I'll say sexy Jason.
Okay.
Nice.
There you have it. All right. Well, thanks for listening tonight.
Wait. Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck out of here, Chance.
Well, he hasn't said much the whole damn night.
Beckinsale.
Oh.
That's what I want my wife to dress
Oh, ouch.
Wait, what movie?
Pick one.
Pearl Harbor.
Pick one.
Pearl Harbor.
Well, come on. We're talking Halloween, Underworld.
Yeah, but she was a nurse in Pearl Harbor.
I mean, yeah. But
Yeah, we know what your
Halloween,
free card is now.
No, mine is Ana de Armas. That's
mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have looked.
She's the one in the newest.
The Marilyn Monroe movie.
Well,
Yeah.
She
was in. Wasn't she in James Bond?
Yeah, she was in
she
No Time
was.
to Die, but she was also in Knives Out, that movie.
Yep.
She was in a movie with Keanu Reeves called Knock Knock. What else?
Wasn't she in a movie with Ben Affleck?
Yes, she was.
What was that one?
She gets naked in like everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's kind of
that was a slasher, wasn't it? What was his wife went off the deep end and like
No,
killed
that was
dude?
Gone Girl.
That you're thinking of Gone Girl, yeah.
Oh,
That was a
okay.
freaking
Yeah, but wasn't
one
that the
with
chick
Ben-
he was having an affair with? Wasn't that her?
No, it was not her.
The one with the chick he's talking about and Ben Affleck, it's a weird movie where they're, I think, married, but like she like
Oh, you're right.
gets with other guys just to make him jealous, and it's this weird dynamic.
No, that's weird. I don't understand that movie.
What movie's that?
Still don't, it's weird.
I haven't
dude.
watched it yet.
Yeah.
I've only
It's
seen the
like
trailer.
Wide Eye Shut, or what
Eyes
is it?
Wide Shut.
It's like that
I
weird.
love that show.
Yeah, well, you got to find this movie.
Eyes Wide
Okay.
Shut was a good Stanley
If you think
Kubrick.
about it, let me know.
Because I still don't understand it. Because like she had a dream, the things that he did. Remember? Because he went to the weird
haven't
party.
watched it.
Oh, you haven't
I've
seen
only
it?
seen the trailer. I've
I still don't
yeah.
have a name of the movie.
Okay, yeah, we got to look this up.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Okay.
You got to
Yeah.
go home and watch this.
About to die over here.
Oh my
What do
god!
you
I'm
got?
not. My laptop. Or the,
Oh.
yeah.
So your freebie
on
card
what
is
was that,
Kate
1%?
Beckinsale?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Elijah, your hall pass.
Oh, Hall Pass. That's
Dead.
what it's called.
I'll pass.
Yeah, it's like, you know what Hall Pass is, right?
I already. Oh, my hall pass.
Yeah.
No, ooh.
Oh, baby bro's not
Yes.
up to Gen.
No.
millennial.
I know the
Gen Z over
we've
here.
Talked,
You took too long now. You're making
I've got
it
a
up.
few,
Pass.
man.
No,
I've
you
got a
have
few.
one. There's
I've got
one.
two, and they're both
No.
Jennifer.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence or Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I can get behind that.
What about Jennifer Love Hewitt back in the day?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Doc, go.
I kind of crush on the chick that played Queen's Gambit.
Oh yeah, that chick is hot.
Queen's Gambit.
Gambit. Yeah.
She's like 12 in that show.
No, she's
No,
not.
the older version of her.
Oh.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, you calling me a pedo?
Any
I know,
freaking
right?
like.
Jeez. Have you found it yet, Chance?
I'm working on it.
It's a good movie, but it's weird. I don't understand it yet. Like I need to probably go watch it again.
Have y'all seen Crazy Rich Asians? Seen the
No.
movie? No. Okay.
Is it
There's a
good?
chick in the- yeah, it actually
Oh.
is.
Okay, you want to know a really good foreign film? Parasite. It's a Korean.
Oh yes, that's
That.
actually. You know what?
I
That's
actually
based
haven't
off of?
seen that.
That's based off an anime.
Oh,
It's a
is it
live
really?
action of an anime.
Okay, I'll watch
Parasite?
it.
Yeah.
The person living in the
I'm
basement?
just now discovering anime because I was what was that, Spirited Away?
Oh, dude, that's so,
Dude,
that
it's
is
so fucking deep.
great movie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie. That
And then
Studio
some-
Ghibli is
Yeah, Studio
just-
Ghibli.
Oh my god.
And then I watched
Watch
like
Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
I'll watch that
by
one
him.
next. I watched Some Dude's House or what.
Still not found it, Chance?
Yeah. I
No,
don't
maybe
know.
it's not her.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
Captain House.
Ooh, Constance Wu.
Okay.
So she's from the Crazy Rich Asians, and then there's a show. I think it was a Hulu show called Fresh Off the Boat. Anyway, that would probably be my top hall pass.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to watch
named
it.
off like 15 different hall
I
passes.
have 3 hall
passes.
passes.
One. Hall pass. One.
So this says the movie is Deep Water,
Deep Water.
and it came out this year. So it's got to be a different movie y'all are thinking about.
What movie? With
Ben Affleck, the
and
crazy one?
I
I mean, no, it might have came out this
No.
year. I don't know.
It came out pretty recently.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll search Ben Affleck movies.
It might be. What'd you say it was? Deep Water?
Deep Water.
Oh, let me look it up real quick. Because it's a good movie.
Pleasures
It's
of this
weird.
erotic thriller. Okay.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's it.
Interesting. Okay.
But it's weird. Like,
Okay.
I don't understand. Like, the end of the
On
movie.
y'all's recommendation. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Constance Wu.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's an easy call.
Pass it around.
Yeah.
Easy hall pass.
This
right?
is a
Okay.
yeah. This is a non-nude photo. We keep things very,
Sorry, Chancey.
very PG rated.
Do y'all know your wife's hall pass?
Yes, Tom Hardy.
Mine's Mr. 300, Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be my hall pass. Actually, no. She loves Tom Hardy as an actor, and it would have been her hall pass. And then she saw him in Bronson, where his penis is shown, and then she was like, "Nah."
She's out on that. I gotcha.
She was like, "No."
What's your wife's hall pass, Doc?
I don't have a clue. If I had to guess, it'd probably be Gerard Butler or the
Yeah.
dude who played Gray. And
Great.
Grey's Anatomy?
no.
Oh, that's about a woman.
50 Shades.
50 Shades of Grey. Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Madison's Chris Pratt, but she says I look
Yeah.
like him too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
I get Chris Pratt all the
he
time,
has good charisma.
but she says it's not much of a hall pass if he looks too much like you. So I need to
Yeah, you
switch
gotta
it up.
depart,
And
yeah.
it's like, okay, who was it?
Savage, who's your wife's hall pass?
Yellowstone, the main character.
Oh
Kevin
Costner.
Costner? Really?
Probably.
Over
Really?
Rip?
no, not him. She always talks about Riff.
Rip?
Rip. Rip.
All right, well, everybody's on their phones, so happy Halloween,
Okay.
everybody.
Hey.
Well, I was sending Madison. I was
Yeah,
saying,
we got-
Yeah,
who's your
we're
hall
wrapping this
pass?
one up. Anyways, happy Halloween once again. Thanks for listening. We hope you have a good, safe, fun Halloween and get lots of candy. Good night.
Adios.
I don't know if Deep Water is it.
You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table. Gracias por convivir con los hermanos Whiskey.